from the News Channel 5 Network and the Tennessee Department of Labor and Workforce Development. This is State of the Workforce.
And welcome to State of the Workforce. I'm Chris Cannon. Today we're taking you to Soulsville, USA at the corner of College and East Macklemore, the birthplace of Stax Records, which started back in the 60s, and today it's home to the Soulsville Foundation and several workforce development opportunities. Stax is our workforce focus. Pat Mitchell Worley is the president and CEO of Soulsville Foundation, and she joins us from Memphis. Pat, thank you so much for joining us today. How are you?
Wonderful. I am so happy to be here. And it's often people ask me to talk about the arts, but they never make the connection between the arts and workforce. So I'm excited to talk about that today.
Well, let's get this conversation underway, and let's start with a history lesson for folks who may not know about the Soulsville Foundation or the Stax complex. Kind of go over what is there at the corner of East Macklemore and College in Memphis.
Okay, so right now at the corner of East Macklemore and Memphis, we have what is the Soulsville Foundation campus. The foundation is the parent organization for the Stax Museum of American Soul Music, Stax Music Academy, and the Soulsville Charter School. Three distinct programs that work under the Soulsville Foundation. Our whole piece is based on the history of what happened on this very site. In fact, most people can say, oh yes, Stax Records, I know Otis Redding or the Barkays, Rufus and Carla Thomas. All of those things fall within the history if they love music. And so on our site, there were this brother and sister team, and they started a record label. It was Jim Stewart, Estelle Axton. You put their names together, you get Stax. And really the success of that label was the great music that was created. And it was created by young people from this neighborhood and other places around the community came together, and they found out that, wait, I've got musical talent, or wait, I can write great songs. And as a result of them just collaborating together musically, some of the most famous songs throughout the history of music were created right here. They're songs that people sing along to, that they may not even know they were made in Memphis, Tennessee, or what their connection is to Memphis, Tennessee. But they are great songs because they stand the test of time, and generation after generation hears them and sings along to them.
And there you have the Stax Museum, you have the Stax Academy, and the Soulsville Charter School. We're going to talk a little bit more about the museum and the charter school, or the museum and the academy, in a little bit. Tell us a little bit about this charter school, how it started, who it serves, and what its mission is.
So the Soulsville Charter School is an academic prep school. It's 6th through 12th grade. It really is the continuation. You know, people often ask, a charter school, a museum, a music academy, what do these things have in common? How do you thread all of that together? And it's really about opportunity and education. That's what we do. And it echoes throughout the campus. The charter school is really, they focus on preparing students for life. It's not just about the education they receive within those four walls. It's about how are they going to have a successful life after they leave the charter school. Some of the things that we're really proud of is we're one of the first schools, we haven't found anybody else that has an office within the school that's dedicated to the students. It's called the College and Alumni Support Team. This CAST office works to make sure that students have a post-secondary plan, and all of the students in the charter school get accepted to college, as do all of the students in the music academy. And it is, I think something that makes us unique, that we stay with our students until they're 25 years old, on the entire campus. We want to make sure that we're a part of their lives, because adulting is hard. And a piece of that is having somebody to call when you have a question. Sometimes mom and dad don't have all the answers, especially if you're the first generation to go to college. There may be questions, understanding the federal student aid application. All of those pieces are hurdles for some of our families. So we're making sure that that's not the thing that holds them back. And so that's what the charter schools, I think their role is not just to be a school that kids come to and they learn their ABCs, but they also are prepared for life.
In your organization, all three of those entities, they're providing much more than just an education. They're transforming that part of Memphis, but they're also creating these workforce development opportunities and workforce training. And why did you think it was so important to have Commissioner Denise Thomas come to Memphis to see firsthand what the Soulsville Foundation is doing?
Well, honestly, first of all, it's very hard to explain to someone everything that we're doing on this campus in just the speech that you would give in an elevator. We've been around we've been around for 24 years. Next year, the Music Academy is celebrating its 25th anniversary. And as a part of that, we've seen over the years what works and what doesn't work. But there are some other things that we didn't look at as, let's say, workforce development. We've been helping our students, for instance, in the Music Academy, find careers in music. We've been helping them prepare for auditions. We've been giving them real world experience in the entertainment industry, whether as a musician or on the side of production. We've been doing that for years. We never looked at it from the workforce development lens until the last really 4 years, I guess. We've gone, well, of course it's workforce development. We just never framed it like that. I think that half of the reason we invited the commissioner was so she could see the facility in person. She could see what the students have access to. On our campus, not only do we have a studio that they can work in, we've got, acoustically sound rooms that students can work in. There is space throughout this campus for young people to pursue their dreams. And it's not until you get here and you see and feel, because there is definitely an energy that exists on our campus, and you have to feel it in person to go, oh, wow. And I can tell you that, just to tell you a secret, everyone that comes and visits our campus, they always, give us a, wow, I had no idea that you did all of this.
It is, and it's such a first-class, first-rate campus. The museum is beautiful, the academy is beautiful, the charter school is super nice. What impact is all this having on not only the young people in that area of Memphis, but on the area itself, which is so full of history?
Definitely. This is a very important part of the city, not just, the city itself, but also in African American history. Our HBCU is around the corner, Lemoyne College. We work and partner with all of our neighbors within the neighborhood, all of our nonprofit organizations, churches, other schools. In fact, just last weekend we had our Halloween celebration, and all of our neighbors were bringing everything for trunk or treats just for the kids to come. I think that the experience is not just about what we do as an organization, but figuring out the things that our community needs. And we've been able to leverage our history, leverage our brand to bring more attention to some of the hurdles and challenges that our neighborhood is facing.
Well,
and I
great.
think the biggest piece of that is us partnering with everyone and everyone talking to each other. It's really hard to be a partner because you got to do your part.
Sure, exactly.
But not in this neighborhood. We're really good at partnering.
Well, Ms. Pat, thank you so much for spending some time with us and telling us about the Soulsville Foundation. And we're going to learn more about this. So coming up on State of the Workforce, we will take a closer look at the Stax Academy. Its innovation in programming is not only growing musical talents, but it's teaching the business of music to a new generation. We're heading back to Memphis next on State of the Workforce. Stay with us. And we just took a quick look at the Stax Academy, but now we're going to take a closer look at the impact its programs are having on Memphis and the music industry. Isaac Daniel is the Academy's executive director, and he joins us from Memphis. Thanks so much for joining us, Isaac. Tell me a little bit about how you got into music and how that led to the Stax Academy.
Started as a young person playing in church, singing in church every week. Went on from there to go to the University of Memphis, graduate from there, and I've been playing music my whole life. I went into the music business industry, working with different artists, things of that nature, and then was asked to come and start a production program. So came on as a production instructor back in 2012. Been here ever since then, and everything else is history.
And tell me a little bit about the Academy itself. It's an after-school program, and that's what's so interesting about this. It's an after-school program that's not only cultivating that musical talent, but the technical side, the production side, is a big part of what you do there as well.
Correct. Yes. So production, songwriting, we partnered with Justin Timberlake and Levi's about 4 or 5 years ago. And that was a big jolt into our program, which helped us to start creating original music and doing all the behind the scenes things that are needed, to have a reputable career in music industry. So not only have we done that the last 4 or 5 years, but we've also partnered with different organizations and been able to give kids opportunities to actually work with them and do things behind the scenes. And we are recently just launched a new program called Memphis Music Employees.
And tell me about that program. What is that preparing the students to do?
Music Employees is a work-based program that we actually are able to help get certifications. So say, for instance, Dante, Pro Tools, different programs that reputable professionals use every day. Our kids are actually coming into the classroom, learning how to use those products, and they're getting certifications directly from the manufacturers. What then is also recognized from the different universities and schools throughout the state of Tennessee. So our kids are going from 9th grade to 12th grade, and are actually getting experience with credit hours in those fields, and they're actually learning how to use the software and hardware and get out there in the community and work in this profession. And
I know when we were there, you were just naming off a few of the places that your students are working, and in production houses and theaters and cruise ships. I mean, it's a wide ranging of career opportunities out there.
Absolutely. So we partner with places like B.B. King's, the Cannon Center or the Renaissance, Levitt Shell. We have students that are assisting and working behind reputable artists now and touring the world, and it's been an honor to be able to see them grow, and the amount of things that these kids are learning is basically a college curriculum that they're getting, and they're able to basically come straight out of high school and go right directly into the workplace. So
how does it work? If you could explain this, I don't know that I even learned this when we were there. They go to school, after school they come to you, and what kind of time are they putting in once they get to the academy there?
So the typical student that comes into the academy, they come in, we do a lot of social emotional learning techniques and things like that where we build them up. So they do that for about 30 minutes. After those 30 minutes, then they go directly into understanding and learning some of the nuances that are important behind music, such as music theory, oil theory, how to arrange, how to internalize, and how to understand how it works. From there, they go into their core classes. So we have different classes where we have different ensembles where they can actually perform in. And then they also get the opportunity to select electives or different courses that are actually in those specific disciplines. So say, for instance, a production student, they come in every day, they go through all those different nuances from 4 o'clock to about 5 o'clock. After they get finished with that, then they get to actually work in their profession. So if they're a production student, they get to go upstairs into their classroom, and they get and use all different software, or they might work a rehearsal one day. They may work on an original piece from beginning to the end, and they also do filming and lighting and all kinds of technical things.
So it's a big time commitment, though. So you have to be committed to this, but it's also giving these students something to do after school, keeping them busy and keeping them off the streets and out of trouble.
Absolutely. That is wonderful. One of the wonderful things about being here at the Academy, it's a family environment. So any kid that gets the opportunity to come here and work or just be a part of the organization, they get to come in, sit down, and they uplift one another. You know, it doesn't matter where they come from. I mean, we've accepted productions from, you know, who've never done music a day in their life, and then now they're off, you know, working in that career and enjoying it. Say, for instance, like a young man, Devin Willis, came in as a senior, never did music a day in his life, and decided he wanted to do production, and now he's a graduate from MTSU, and he works for Graceland, doing audio, video, tech work, the whole thing, and then now he's also hopefully ready to get on a cruise ship.
We just have a few seconds left here. 2025 is a big year for the Academy, marking 20 years. Big celebrations planned for next year?
Absolutely. We have several things. We're going to have the 12 Months of Soul, where we basically are going to be at different locations all throughout the city each month performing, where you'll be able to catch us. And we also have a big performance where we're going to be back at the Cannon Center for a live performance for Black History Month show. We're also releasing a Black History Month video that we do annually every single year that we want you to check out, and several performances, several different shindigs and different things that
a
we
big year ahead. Well,
Yeah.
it sounds great. It's a great program, and it's making a huge impact there in Memphis. Thank you so much, Isaac, for joining us today. I appreciate it. Still ahead, it is the holiday season, and if you're looking for a quick trip out of town, well, how about a trip to Soulsville? We'll take you inside the Stax Museum and show you how your family can enjoy this gem in Memphis. Stay with us. And Soulsville, USA is not only educational, it also has a great museum that the entire family can enjoy. Denitra G joins us from Memphis with more on this fantastic museum, and I'm sure a lot of people in Memphis are jealous of your job. You get to come to work every day and hear some great music. What are some of your favorite parts of the museum and the music that you get to hear every day?
So yes, Stax has a lot of great music, great songs, great artists. If I have to choose one, it would have to be Woman to Woman by Shirley Brown. Shirley Brown's powerful voice and heartfelt delivery capture the raw emotions of a complicated relationship, something that we all can relate to. The song lyrics tell a heartbreaking story of love and confrontation, reminding me of the power of soul music.
Tell me about some of these exhibits. I mean, you have a car in there that's just amazing, a really famous desk, a recording studio. What will people see when they come to the Stax Museum?
So visitors to the Stax Museum can expect to see a vibrant mix of historical artifacts, interactive exhibits, and original collectibles that tell the story of Stax Records and its profound impact on the music and the culture. The most popular and also my favorite is the car that you mentioned. It was once driven by the legendary Isaac Hayes, and it remains in the same condition as it was back in the day. Whenever I got guests through the museum, I love to tell them that this is the original Pimp My Ride before the before the show Pimp My Ride ever existed. It's truly a showstopper.
And his desk is there too, which I understand was in a house in Nashville that was going to be torn down, and somebody was like, hey, we got to save this, and it is quite a desk.
It is. It's beautiful. Yes, it is one of our new exhibits. It is the original desk with all the artifacts from back in the day.
So we're in the holiday season. There's a lot of people out of school and off from work and maybe looking for that quick weekend getaway here in Tennessee. Tell me about Family Day, and that sounds like something it's a great opportunities for family to come out and enjoy and learn from this museum.
Yes, every second Saturday of the month, the Stax Museum hosts our Family Day, which consists of food trucks, live music, vendors, arts and crafts and games for the children, and lots more. It is free admission from 1 to 5 every second Saturday.
How many people are coming to the museum every year? I mean, this is probably bringing a ton of people to this part of Memphis.
We see around 65,000 a year of visitors, yeah.
That's a lot of people coming in there. And what do you hope, as the manager of the museum, what do you hope when they come visit that they take away once they leave?
Basically just the experience itself. It's a lot to offer. We, as a group, we come together to make sure each visitor has a great experience.
Holiday time, holiday shopping, your gift shop it's a big part of the museum. It's a great gift shop. What are some of those holiday gift ideas that are in there that folks will love that they're not going to find anywhere else but at the Stax Museum?
We have a fresh line of Stax branded tees, hoodies, hats, perfect for all ages. We recently added the new Valerie June album that features Carter Thomas and the Stax Music Academy kids. We also have the Stax jersey that has Stax across the front and the number 72 on the back that represents the year of the Stax concert.
So we talk about all these 65,000 people that come to the Stax Museum. Do you ever get any famous visitors, anybody that we would know?
Yeah, we've had Justin Timberlake to come by, Ronnie DeVoe from the New Edition. We had the cast of The Temptations. We recently had the cast of MJ, the musical, to come tour the museum as well. But the most interesting person I've met at Stax, it would have to be Smokey Robinson.
I bet, yeah. I can't imagine meeting Smokey Robinson, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So, there's all these album covers that you can look back over the history of the Stax music, and there's the car and the desk and an actual chapel recreated there. There's really a lot for everyone, isn't there?
Yes, it is. It's a lot to see.
And if you want to learn more about the Stax Museum or how you can take a visit, there's the QR code on your screen that you can scan and get more information about that. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. And that is the state of the workforce here in Tennessee. I'm Chris Cannon. Thanks for watching, everybody. You can learn more about the departments and the different programs that it offers at tnworkready.com. And of course, you can find more content on all of the department's social media channels. Thanks for watching. Until we see you next time on State of the Workforce.